Well, hello there. Now this video has taken me 10 starts, and I'm not normally like that. I get an idea, and not a good idea, and not even a full idea, and I hit record and I waffle away and the video's done, and I move on and forget about it. But ultimately what I've been trying to think about is how I feel about the trip I just did. A couple of people have asked me how I feel about it, and I didn't know how to answer. I really didn't know how to answer. So this video is how Ross feels about For No Good Reason. It was never about the places, and it was never about the roads, and it definitely wasn't about what I would or wouldn't see on the aforementioned roads in the aforementioned places. It was only ever an act of endurance, and for no good reason. I've been in a funk all week, but I rode my bike today for the first time in 7 days. Man, God, I feel good to be back on that bike. It was only ever about riding the bike. I could have done it on a fucking dyno with people wafting trees past me. And yes, I did see some cool things, but I watched back some of the videos today as a final attempt to get this video completed, and I don't feel anything about the things that I saw. As I mentioned before, the people were interesting, and that was the key part for me. But the highlights for me aren't the things you'd think. Like, I've been to France 24 times, 36 times maybe, and I've always known it's a big country. But you want to ride through the middle of it. You'll see how fucking big it is. And their farming is on a scale that makes British farming look like we're just playing at it. I wouldn't have necessarily seen that in the way that I wanted to see it had I not been on the motorway. But so many people said, oh, I should have gone, oh, this road would have been amazing, or that place would have been amazing. And I 100% believe them. I'm sure it would have been. But that's not why I went. I went to go to the Arctic Circle and then go to the Sahara. That was it. The mountains in Norway were beautiful. Seeing the Sahara for the first time was quite exciting, and the sun was setting and it was red. The sand, not the sun. But I want to forget about those things and remember the act of endurance that it was, because that's why I did it. Now, I think when people are going, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that, is perhaps maybe that's what they'd like to get out of a trip. But if I want to get those things out of the trip, I'll go back and I'll do those things. But one thing I've been thinking about is that if you ever do a wine tasting and you taste a bunch of white wines and a bunch of red wines, they all taste different. But if you had a white wine or a red wine in complete isolation, it would taste like white wine, or indeed red wine. And going to all those countries, one after the other, you really get to see the stark difference in each country that if you just went to one place or a couple of places, you wouldn't really notice, I suppose. The trip, I recognised the level of cultural absolutism I suffer from. I think we all suffer from. The simplest example, when I was at my cousin's house in Denmark, he said, let's go get fish and chips. And we went and got fish and chips. And whilst they were very nice fish and chips, they weren't fish and chips. Not by my reckoning, but perhaps by his reckoning. So who makes fish and chips, us or them? And there the difference is. I've said before that you have junk food in any country, it'll tell you more about the country than anything else will. You sit on its motorway and travel through the middle of it. Of course the beautiful things are beautiful, they're meant to be, they're beautiful. You sit on the boring part and you'll find out about the country. You go to its petrol stations, you see how its people behave while they're stood outside a car having a smoke. I will say Europe does smoke a lot than it seems in Britain. But for all the things I did and all the things I saw, if I'd never done the trip, I wouldn't have been bothered. Now you can say, well, between getting the bike ready and doing the trip, I spent 11 grand. It's a lot of cash. But I wanted to put me through a test and find out about what I thought. And you can, if you spend 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours on a motorbike, you'll find out what you think about stuff. My proudest day was the 14-hour day, the 725 miles, Frankfurt to Cognac. That was my best day because it felt like I'd actually achieved something. The rest of it was just the application of time. It was like sat in an airport terminal for a delayed flight. It was just that. I want to find out more about what I think about stuff, or I feel about stuff, because we don't know. Most of us ignore it. We get stuck in our day-to-day, and it's not until you're left with your own thoughts on a motorbike. Because I don't listen to music, I don't listen to podcasts, I don't wear any earplugs. It's just me, my head, and a lot of wind noise, frankly. I will say, people said, are you going to put a stock exhaust on before you do this trip? It'll be too loud. I said, I can't hear it over the fucking wind noise from that screen. I'm looking forward to more endurance stuff. I'm looking forward to taking bikes that aren't necessarily deemed to be appropriate for that level of trip and going, let's go and do that trip. The scooter one, for example. Land's End to John O'Groats and back. It's really useful, I think, to be lost in your own head and have a think. I feel sad that that bike's going to get rebuilt, really. If I had the money, I'd buy another one and just keep that as a shrine to the trip. The one lasting memory. This guy's being retired. I've got a new one coming this week. He served me well. He's going to get his own space on a shadow board. So for all those people wondering what it is like to do 8,700 miles over 30 days and spend hours and hours on a motorbike, it's as you imagined. No, my arse didn't particularly hurt, or my back. Stop whenever you want to stop. Go and get fuel. And that's why the GSAs are a bad bike for that. You don't want 300 miles out of a tank. You're going to cripple yourself. But I do love that bike. Chinese engine or otherwise. It's an exceptional piece of kit. And with that, if you could hit subscribe, that'd be awesome. Cheers.